Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I am Nitin Sharma and today we will discuss about the middleware in Node.js. Firstly, we will discuss that what is middleware. So guys, as the name suggests, it comes in the middle of something, and that something is the request and response object. So with the help of middleware, we can access to the request and response object. And so now we will discuss that why middlewares are required. So guys, suppose we have two layers of our website. First one is for the public users who can come to our site and can access the public pages. And second phase is for the admin users, or we can say the phase that can be accessed just after the login only. So to validate that routes, that which user can access the which pages, then we can use middleware just to validate that user is logged in and which is going to access a public page or which is going to access the pages that can be viewed just after the login. So that's why we use middleware in Node.js. So another thing we will discuss at the time of implementation, that what are the problems that comes at the time of implementation to most of the users. So let's start. So guys, here is my simple code of middleware. I have just reused the express here and I am just listening my Node app on port 3000. So guys, firstly I will request you, if you are new to the Node.js, so I will request you to go to my previous videos and watch carefully, so you can learn that how we can install the Node.js and how we can install the express. Also you can see how you can create your first program of Node.js. So now let's start. So guys, what's middleware? Middleware actually is itself a function. So to use a middleware, we have to create a function. So I will create a function firstly. I'm creating function name, that is auth. It has three parameters. First one is the request, second one is the response, and third one is the next. So I have taken the three parameters. So I am creating this middleware for the authentication purposes. That's why I have mentioned the name auth as well. So I will check that user is logged in or not in this middleware. So I will use request.query.loggedin equal true. So I'm mentioning a hardcode condition here. Later on in my videos, I will explain you how we can use sessions and how we can validate it through the sessions. So first, just to check the middlewares, I'm using a hardcode condition here. So if guys request.query.loggedin equal true, then I will provide the access to the authenticated request and then I will return a same. Otherwise, what I have to do, I will just end my execution by showing authentication failure. So guys, I will explain that what are the common mistakes that's done by most of the users. Most of the users think that when we are using next, then it means it will return our processing of our function. But next doesn't mean return. So we have to mention return here, otherwise it will show me error, because if suppose logged in will be true, then it will come to the if statement, then it will execute the next. Next means it will complete the rest of the works which is pending just after the middleware called. So after completion of the work, then once again it will come to the middleware, then it will show another message, that is authentication failure. So in this case, it will show you that header already sent, because you have already something printed here. Suppose like I am using middleware here, so I have just displayed welcome to users, and again I am using response.end authentication failure, so it will show me the error. So guys, next doesn't mean that return of a function. So it's a common mistake that is done by most of the users at the time of implementation. So now I will check. So guys, another functionality of middleware is that in Node.js, either we can specify to it only a particular route, or we can use middleware on all the roots in a single shot. So firstly, I will see that how we can implement the middleware on a single root. So guys, here is a root that is /users. Firstly, I will go to the browser, then I will check this is the home page, home root we can say, sorry, and now I will use users. So it will show me the users root, whatever I have displayed here. Welcome to users. So now currently it's working as a public page. I have just access to the URL, but now I want to add some authentication on users root only. So for which what I have to do, I will just add authentication middleware here. So guys, we have to pass only function name, request response next. I don't need to pass anything, it will check automatically. So I will save, and then I'm using my Node.js I'm running my Node.js app using the nodemon, so it will automatically rerun. So I will check in the browser, I will press enter. Yes, it is showing me authentication failure, because when I did request /users, then firstly what happened, a middleware comes in the game, and then what middleware did, it just checks the condition. If the request.query.logged equal true, then it will pass the authentications, or we can say when the condition will be true, it will call next. What next will do, it will just execute our rest of the code of users root. But you can see the logged in is not true, as I am using request.query. It means I can access the data from query string. So what I will do, I will just pass logged in equal to true. In the browser, I will pass logged in is equal to true. Yes, welcome to users. So now I can see I cannot access my users root without the passing logged in equal to true. So for the testing purposes, I have just mentioned here hard-coded value, but later on in my videos, as I already committed to you, I will show you how we can use sessions to authenticate users. And now I will call a default root, that is home page. Yes, it's working fine without any passing any parameters, because I have implemented my middleware on users root only. Suppose I want to authenticate home page as well, then I will call middleware here also. So I can pass the middleware as many as pages I have. So guys, first another thing I will discuss, that I am using nodemon for my program. If you are new to Node.js, you can also see in my previous videos that how you can install the Node.js globally and how you can use it. So now I will check user homepage. Yes, it is showing me authentication failure, because I have added my authentication middleware on homepage root as well. So now just to access my homepage data, what I will do, I will just pass logged in is equal to true. Yes, it's working. So guys, here is that how we can implement our middleware in the root of our Node app. But now I will explain you, suppose we have a more than 100 roots, or we have more than 50 roots, so we don't need to pass the authentication middleware after going to each root. So just to solve it, we have another method. Firstly, I will delete the authentication from each roots. So now these roots are free from middleware. I can access the both without passing any parameter. Yes, it's working. So guys, just to call middleware on all the roots, what I have to do, I have to just use app.use. App is the object of my express. You can see app.use, then I will pass the name of my middleware. Here also I don't need to pass any parameters. It will check it out automatically. Express will do it for you. So now I have used middleware. So what it will do, it will just add authentication middleware for all the roots, all the upcoming roots which are under the line, under this line. So I will check for the current roots only first of all. Yes, it's showing authentication failure. It's showing authentication failure. It means my middleware is working for all the roots. Just to testing, I will create another root, that is the users. I will copy the same, then I will call, suppose, list. Welcome to list space. I have just created a root list, and my code has already rerun once again with the help of nodemon. Because guys, in the Node.js, whenever we change anything in the main file of our project, either it is app.js or index.js, we have to rerun our node program. So it has already rerun by default. So I have created another root. So what I will do, I will just copy and I will call, that is list. Yes, it is showing authentication failure. So now for this root I have to pass logged in is equal to true. Welcome to list phase. So guys, how many roots I will add? My middleware will be implemented for all the roots because I am using middleware in app.use. So now we will discuss the common problems which is done by most of the users at the time of implementation. So here I have already discussed that next doesn't mean a return of any function. It means it will go to the further processing, and if I will not put a return, then it will show me error whenever I will rerun my program once again. So first thing is, another thing is that we cannot use app.use auth at the bottom of the root, because I will show you, I have just put it in under the roots. So now its program as my rerun, then I will go to the browser. So it will work without the authentications. Yes, you can see it's working for me without the authentication. And suppose I have put it in middle of some roots, just like I have cut from here, and I have just mentioned after the home page. So now what it will work, it will not ask for the authentication parameter in this root, but that root is mentioned after the authentication called, it will ask for the authentication. I will check. So now I will remove the parameter from here. Yes, it's working without authentication. And whenever I will go to the users, it is asking for the authentication. It means, guys, our middleware is called for the roots whenever I will use with the help of app.use, that is defined just after the app.use. So guys, I hope you understand the use of middleware and what are the common mistakes that is done by the most of the users at the time of implementation. That is the very most important part of our node app. It can be used for many of the things, just like to validate sessions, just like to validate users, and anything we can use with the help of middleware. I hope you understand, and if you have still any query, then you can directly mention in a comment box and I will get back to you as soon as possible I can. So guys, thank you for joining me. Thank you.